You're really going to make me sit on a... Wait, you're recording.
Yes,
Stop recording.
I am recording. I'm getting set up. That way we can...
Well, we can always edit this part out.
Or keep it in just to make it more fun. But I want to, like
You're...
all normal videos, I want to close that off. Close that
Why
off.
are you closing that?
That way we can restart it from the
You
beginning.
just go to File and hit Reset.
I did. It didn't do anything.
That's because you were paused.
Well, I'm not paused anymore.
That's because you exited it. Oh, sure, you're going to do this now, and everyone's going to go, what the hell is this?
Hello, everybody!
Hi.
This is the first time we've ever tried something like this. It's something that he actually came up with.
He's making me sit on a cat litter box.
Hey, you look comfy to me. Well, maybe if your leg wasn't on top of your... Anyways.
Shut up.
This is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. He thought it'd be fun to co-op it. But it won't be much of a co-op. We're both familiar with the game. But he gets to laugh at me at points when I don't remember this game all too well.
In short, I beat this game about 4 to 8 times.
And I've only beat it a couple times. Entering the first turnabout.
Episode 1.
That statue.
It's your favorite.
That statue just brings up so much trouble.
Damn it, why me?
Is that how he sounds?
I have no idea. I can't get caught. Not like this.
It sounds like a mix between Irish and Scandinavian.
I've got to find someone. Someone like him. The hairy butts. That'll make it look like Hairy Butts did it. Really, that's his nickname, Hairy Butts.
August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
Congratulations, you're Phoenix Wright.
Boy, am I nervous.
Right!
Oh, hiya, Chief.
Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well.
Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor.
A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case?
Yes. Actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney.
Well, that's news to me.
I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! I don't think I can go that high anymore. I think you might do a better impression of... Ah! What happened? Oh. Darn it. Wait, what happened?
Click right down there. There you go.
What
You went
happened?
into a different window.
Huh.
So now we're going to have a nice white screen, all thanks to you. Well, when something stinks, it's your butt.
I think you should do Larry Butts. I can't get that high.
Isn't that your client screaming over there?
Yeah, that's him.
Death despair!
Yeah, he's a way better butt than I am.
Hey, I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die.
Yeah.
Nick!
Hey there, Larry.
Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die.
What? What's wrong, Larry?
Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Ah, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away?
Didn't you just already say you were guilty? Person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you.
It was a sheep?
My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one.
My best friend murdered.
Already we're having bad dramatic voiceovers, me accidentally clicking out of the window, you sitting on a litter box. This is shaping to be a great co-op.
Well, to be specific, I'm sitting on the box that litter comes in, not in a litter box.
It smells like
If I sat in the litter box, Screamer would be very angry.
This is going to shape up to be such an amazing co-op.
Well, wait till you get to game 5.
Oh, yeah. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school.
You're not very good at making friends, are you, man?
Our school has a saying. When something smells, it's usually the
your butts.
In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though.
I like his jacket.
It's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I own one. Which is why I took the case.
You know, I really have to ask. In 23 years you weren't able to repay that debt? Seriously?
You've played the games better than anyone. Didn't he repay it at some point before this case?
No.
Really?
The only case that takes place before this one is in game 3.
If I remember correctly, Phoenix's origins on how he wanted to become a lawyer in the first place are kind of jaded.
Well,
and he kind of was in the same predicament Larry is in right now.
That's in game 3. Larry isn't even mentioned in that part.
Wow.
In the case in question in game 3.
And I'm assuming one of his favorite characters is almost a recurring character. She's very old.
That is not my favorite character.
You mention her so much, though.
That windy old bag traumatized me, I'll have you know.
You mention her so much. Well, then again, I think that was the time I asked you how much...
Wait, hold on. This box is making my butt hurt. There we go.
Okay, let's just continue. And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to go after a windy old bag. Okay. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2.
So do I do the judge too? Am I going to do everyone?
I guess I can take the judge.
The court is now in session.
That isn't the judge. He actually does sound like... He would actually, I think... Come to think of it. I don't think any of the games
Actually, I think I sound more like Winston.
I don't think in any... And you've played all the games that have come out so far, haven't you?
The crossover game with Layton actually has the judge talking.
Oh.
But it's not this particular judge.
It's a different one in a different universe?
That's a good way to put it. For the record, I have played every single Ace Attorney game that's been brought out in English that I know of. He has only played the first one.
And part of the second, so... That's why I'm the one behind the wheels, because I'll have more of an experience with it than he will. And he can laugh at my pain.
Especially after we beat the first game.
Oh, and then I'm going to be in such trouble. I remember getting stuck in the beginning of the second game in the first case. So, I'm going to have some fun here.
Oh, yes.
The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
That's me. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
I figured you'd take pain. You do a good pain. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client.
He's screwed.
Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor.
The judge sounds too
Hand
smart.
shaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely.
Question 1. Please explain equals MC squared.
Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
I know that is Mia Fey.
We both went with the same one. Larry Butts, the defendant. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you, and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Oh, crap!
Phoenix Wright is the victim.
I know this one, but I read the case report cover so many times. Wait, uh-oh. No way! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here!
Oh, wait, that's me.
Yeah, that is you!
Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name?
Oh, the victim, of course. I know the victim's name. Just check the court record. I, just forgot. Temporarily.
I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the defendant's name is listed in the court record. Just touch the court record button to check it out at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Let's hear your answer. Who was the victim in this case?
Cinderblock.
It's Cindy Stone. I don't even have to check the court record.
It's Mia Fey. We know she's
the
dead.
The victim's name is Cindy
Later.
Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death?
My bad jokes.
She died because she was poisoned. She was poisoned by your bad jokes. No, she was hit with a blunt object.
She strangled herself
A
to get away
very
from
infamous blunt object. I gotta ask real quick. Does the blunt object ever come back, or is it only involved in the first game?
Sorry. It might very well be mentioned a time or two later on in later games, but I don't even think we ever actually see it again. Except when it kills Phoenix.
She was struck once by a blunt object.
Now you're not even listening to me.
Well, oh wait, now I remember. Technically, I was in the second case. The first case, I remember him getting hit with a blunt object. That's how he got amnesia. Wasn't it?
It was with a fire extinguisher.
Okay. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Also, I need a fart.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Especially if he did fart.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Let me check my court record. The murder weapon was the statue of the tinker, or the thinker. The stinker. If it was the statue of the stinker, it'd be you. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Because, unlike the second game, you can't have a whip being used horrendously to whip everyone, including the judge. Touch the court record button to check the court record frequently.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
I'll take it out of my court record. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now?
Cry. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
I highly doubt that.
It's Larry.
Nah. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
I think it is definitely going to be bad. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy!
I love just the...
There's a little chink. He flushes
he's
on his
angry
cheek.
at first, and then just goes chibi.
We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony. Did those two ever have any relationship? Cleopatra and Mark Anthony?
Didn't they all die?
Why doesn't he die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record.
Sound like an answering machine.
Screw you.
Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder.
Dude, no way.
Well, of course, she wouldn't return after the murder. She's dead.
I don't know. It sounds like the only way to fly to me. Zombie Airlines.
Then again, the second case of the
now
second
there's
game.
There's a movie for you. Zombie Airlines.
I
like that. I already said that line. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. That's why she was stuck with this loser. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. I'm hating my game more and more. I'm becoming more of an ass. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Isn't he in every game, almost as an introductory case?
Pretty much. Wince in pain. He makes you wince in pain. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
That did make me wince in pain.
Thank you. Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Yeah. My client has no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Oof.
He just winced in pain.
Dude, Dad, what do you mean irrelevant? The cheating she-dog.
She-dog?
Well, it is a kid game. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop this.
This is a kid's game, and you're already discussing who did the murder with the blood included. This is not a kid's game.
Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
But my glasses are so white I can't see through them.
Shut up, Unpaid! Yes, quite, yes.
Okay, I deserve that. Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Welcome to the rest of your life, dumbass. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't.
That did not match the way he looks right now. Then again, the text doesn't match the way he looks right now. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do?
Don't look at me. This is your choice.
True. I know. I'll send him a signal. I think I already chose badly.
Truth! Yeah, I was there. I went.
I think, being the fact that you're telling the truth, we don't want you to lie in court. Order! Well, Mr. Butts,
Dude, chill! She wasn't home, man, so, I didn't see her. Objection!
Oh, that sounded so bad.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
Santa Claus, the man who found the victim's body.
Oh.
Just before making the gruesome discovery of his elves. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Mumble, mumble, mumble.
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank saw it. Frank saw it. He saw it, I tell you, he saw it. Frank saw it. To the stand. One thing about this game that I love above...
There's a lot of word
name
puns. Yeah.
puns. Wince in pain. Frank saw it. Mr. Saw it. You sell newspaper subscriptions. Is this correct? Oh, yes. Newspapers, yes.
Yeah, you're staying with that one. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony.
Oh, thank you.
Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Absolutely. Witness testimony. Witness's account. Testimony.
Read the text! Not the flashing one either.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing the apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found my... I don't know, I can't tell back here on this litter box.
Oh.
Found myself unable to go inside.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there. Isn't he standing over there?
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth?
I did! You told me to!
Yeah! I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your something. I didn't get to see it. Blackout record added to the court record. Record.
Now, Mr. Wright.
Record.
Yes, Your Honor.
Record.
You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor?
All right, Wright. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to kill him. Why? You exposed the lies of the testimony the witness just gave you and ripped his throat out.
I do love the closer and closer you get to breaking the person in the case, they look like they're gonna die.
They actually look stressed out.
Lies? What? He was lying?
It actually makes it so much more satisfying every time you solve it.
I know.
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? I wish he was, then I wouldn't have to listen to the Larry Butts in later games.
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's statement or testimony to the evidence at hand.
And just to let people know, in case they haven't played the Phoenix Wright games, I can sadly let you know that Phoenix Wright doesn't win every single case. In fact, one that he ends up losing affects him and his career for quite a while. If
I lose one?
I think, wasn't it the Apollo Justice final case? If I remember correctly.
What are you doing with Apollo Justice?
Let's just say I've watched other people play it, but it's been so long.
You do not... boy, that one.
Isn't that game just really confusing when it comes to the story?
Not really. The Apollo Justice, which is game 4 in the series, you play as Phoenix Wright you play as the plotline takes place 7 years later after the third game, during which time you have lost, as Phoenix Wright, you have lost your attorney badge for using false evidence in a trial, fabricated evidence.
Oh, okay.
So you are stripped, and your client is thus found guilty. That is true. But the hows and whys of it will have to wait until you get there yourself.
Not to mention, something very interesting happens at the end of that game as well.
Wouldn't you shut up? You're not allowed to know these things.
You know them!
Yes, but they might not.
You never know. This game's been out for how long now?
There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Again and again and again until they start bleeding, then again. Okay.
Touch the court record button and point out the contradictions in the testimony.
Alright. Cross-examination.
Witness's account. Do I have to read this all over again?
No, you don't. The exclamation points are how many accusations you can make. Make a wrong one, you lose it. Lose them all, you lose the case.
He's talking about the exclamation marks on the top right corner because he doesn't realize the mouse most likely isn't going to show up in the actual video.
Oh. Didn't I say upper right-hand corner?
No.
Oh.
If you did, I missed it.
Oh, okay.
I did not saw it.
Alright. Door to door, silence inside my apartment.
You're not pressing for the extra commentary and all that other crap?
I want to save you the... Do you want to read it?
Doesn't matter to me. This is all just what you think.
It's all introduction, though. That's the thing. We're going to get to the nitty and gritty of this game's going to take a while to complete.
If we end up taking a whole hour just to solve the first case.
I'm thinking we are.
Oh dear.
The phone in the apartment wasn't working. I'll do a press. The phone apartment wasn't working? Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't. Right.
Hey, that's me.
But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you?
That. I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Let's see here. I think that might be it. Let me check the court
we
record.
finally get to see the court record.
Electricity to Miss Stone was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Oh yeah. Trying to remember all this. It's not easy.
And I'm trying not to tell him the answer. Not giving the answer is a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting when he can't really help and more just tag along.
I'm not allowed... Yes, absolutely. I'm not allowed to help.
He seems really confident.
1 p.m.? Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him.
And I think I found... In fact, it might be here. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Time of death, right?
That's right. The time of death was on the 31st of the 7th month.
There's the contradiction. Objection. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death of some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? I gotta pee! It looks like he has to pee.
Oh, this is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sot, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do, point out the contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Wait, that's the wrong one. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
And that contradiction was easy to find for me, thank goodness. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right, you may cross-dress the witness.
And I messed up the judge voice already.
You know what to do. That's you.
This is gonna get so fun later on. I've got this one.
Yeah, when there's 50 different voices that have to be done.
But that's the fun of it.
Am I going to be doing Edgeworth?
We'll see.
Phoenix, right. How... No, that sounds more like a Manfred.
No, not that.
Phoenix, right. Now then. What would be a good Edgeworth voice?
He would have to sound really stuck up. Remember, he is the prosecutor. A very good one at that. A very crooked one at that. Are we going to be playing through that game too?
Phoenix, right. How are you doing this day? I don't believe that
a little less drab.
I do not believe that your evidence is going to be required in this.
Perfect. We're preparing for the future.
Oh, good. My Edgeworth will eventually be taking the stand, starting in the next case.
Hold it right there.
But I want to do it now. Why must I wait? Don't make me hold it.
You're not the one cross-dressing.
I hope you're not either. Not that I have anything against it, if you do.
And again, he has worn interesting outfits over his time period. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery.
That is true.
And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Yeah. Well...
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sot?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Wait! Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Sot, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning.
So nice to hear the judge berating the bad guy instead of us.
These constant corrections are harming your credibility.
That? Oh wait, that's still you.
I know. That, and you seem rather distraught. Do you need to go to the bathroom?
No, thank you, Your Honor. I just went. You might need to wash the stand. My apologies, Your Honor.
That fits so well.
Can I have a mop?
Use your toupee!
The shock of finding the body that made me wet myself.
Very well, Mr. Sot. Let's hear your testimony. Once more, please. After you clean up your mess.
Who said anything about me cleaning it? Make the porcupine head over there do it. He made me do this. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, was it there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
I am getting very bored back here.
Gladly.
Could somebody please... Wait, that's real... I forgot how to do Winston. I sound like Roshi. That's what I sound like. Yeah. Kramer, I need my voice back.
That's his cat.
Objection!
That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake.
Yes, and your inability to say suspicious strikes me as suspicious. I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock.
Table clock? Let me look at this real quick. I need to make sure of something.
A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy.
It doesn't say that it's... Well, that's a spoiler for later on in the case. So... This is when pressing becomes very optimal. You need to use it almost constantly when it comes to later cases.
It'll open up sometimes new information by having the testimony get changed.
Yep.
Or sometimes even provide you with better evidence.
Or sometimes it could throw you off the track. It all depends on how you look at each and every presentation of evidence.
Either way, when you're not sure, pressing through the entire testimony is always a good thing to do.
But, be fair warning, it's sometimes a double-edged sword. A table clock. Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard. What?! Really?
What?
He's... Oh, wait. I forgot. The judge isn't presented with all the evidence. All the evidence...
No,
See,
no one's been presented with a clock yet.
And here's where pressing really does help.
Nobody's been presented with a clock yet. We haven't seen it.
Oh, wait. No. This is the first I've heard of it. And... yeah. There's the... There it is. Objection! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sod.
I'd like to take a moment to enjoy how stressed he's looking right now. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock!
And you're listening to one of my favorite themes from this game, ever.
Yes.
Maybe even the whole series.
When you start to bringing the bad guy down, it's good music to jam by. It makes you feel good. Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment.
It didn't. I didn't. It fell outside and I threw it back in.
Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying.
Because you're lying.
You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh, yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there!
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her.
You? Oh, wait, that's you.
You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor.
Hey, what a lovely portrait of me.
Mr. Saw it. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. I love that face. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and should burn. Give him death. And give me back my hair.
Order in the court, I say.
Your Honor, could I have that wig? I could use it. Not that you couldn't either. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Saad heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply
ask the neighbors.
Examine the clock's batteries. All you have to do is examine the batteries. Indeed, batteries are in the right way. The clock seems to be working fine. What exactly did you mean, Mr. Wright? Yes, the clock was working fine.
Yes, and?
I'm sorry. I think I got confused back there with all those testimonies. Mr. Wright. There's our first mistake.
You got hit in an opening case.
Yeah, this is going to be a great playthrough. I expect more from a lawyer in this court, even if it is your first day. I'm afraid I have to penalize you. Try to think things through more carefully.
Phoenix Wright, I am no longer going to pretend that I know you now.
I noticed that the defending lawyer seems to always have the odds stacked against him in these cases.
Well, it wouldn't be much of a game otherwise.
Because the prosecution never gets penalized.
Actually, it did. Remember, that's how Case 4 came to be.
Oh, right.
The incident brought into light from Case 4.
One of the most...
Which will be in a few months.
Yeah.
At the rate we're going.
And...
ask the neighbors!
No.
Ask the neighbors!
Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? The reason I chose the clock batteries was I figured since the clock is working still, it would have proved that the sound had already been made. I didn't think of actually using it in court. I thought it was a little...
You are... those listening, you cannot see it, but...
Ow! That hurt.
I have just smacked him upside the back of his head.
That hurt. I think you hit a soft spot.
Your whole body is a soft spot.
No, I got bumps back there.
Alright, fine. Let me hit the front.
I asked the court to listen very carefully.
Me. I think it's something 25.
25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Ah!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saad heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saad, try to talk your way out of this one.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about?
While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. This is a kid's game.
You cannot cuss in a kid's game, so screw you.
I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. No, we don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes, Your Honor.
See, you agreed with me.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness.
Indict or indict?
Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sod.
I come all the way down here to testify. And look what happens. They treat me like a criminal. A criminal! All thanks to that porcupine head. You lawyers are a slime.
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now.
Hold it. Not so fast, Mr. Sot.
Chief.
Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think.
But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that.
Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
Wait, maybe I can prove it.
You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. And that
It's
would
the
be
badge.
The passport.
No, it's the badge.
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw? Or should I say, Mr. Did it?
What, you just now got the name pun after all this time?
I could not say that with a straight face, I'm sorry.
Oh,
And that should do it. Order! Order, I say!
oh dear.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your client?
In pain, Your Honor. Here. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts.
Not guilty.
Yay!
Fatality.
Confetti! And with that, the court is adjourned.
Objection, Your Honor.
Too late!
Damn it. Wait, hit show.
Turns out that Frank Saw was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Saw let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sod grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
It's just ketchup fountains.
August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court. Defendant, lobby number 2. I can't believe we won.
Right. Good job in there. Congratulations.
Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you.
Not at all. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial and on such a satisfying...
It looks like
and that's what I was saying.
I know.
It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note.
I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel.
Dude! My life is over!
Larry, you're supposed to be happy! What's wrong now?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no! I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
but my Cindy Windy,
My Cindy
gone
Windy
forever. My Cindy Windy old pal is gone.
Good, she's gone forever.
I have that song.
Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind.
Congratulations, Harry. Harry Butts.
Harry!
Yes, Hugh.
Oh.
I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one.
He's not even mad about it.
I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh dear.
Oh, no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present? For me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. And my own murder weapon. Yo, Nick, can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you want to cry?
Harry.
Are you just so sure? Excuse me! I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. No, you don't gotta sympathize with me. So Oh, I'm not just sympathizing. Really? Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Yes, like a restraining order?
Huh? Oh, yeah, right, the restraining order. Got it. What the heck is she talking about?
Now, wait.
What?
For the record, after every case, you're ending up with a situation like this, where you're allowed to present an evidence to your client to help them feel better.
This would be the statute, right?
Yes, but whether or not you get it right or wrong doesn't affect the gameplay. It just gives each case a slightly different wording.
Check
at this
out,
part.
Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? Where'd you get that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled.
She probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope this made him feel a little better.
See, we got the correct item, so Larry Butts felt better. Right?
Didn't seem like it.
He did. He would have had a sadder note.
Okay.
I hope you see the importance in evidence now.
In evidence now?
of evidence now. You'll need it when you investigate my murder, when my sister brutally kills me. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. Like, you think my sister is good, but really she is evil.
Well, she does
People
get
too.
taken over by a ghost. They forced her murder.
True. The second game.
That's the case I was on, and then couldn't get any further.
We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never.
And when I first saw this text, I had a feeling something bad was going to happen.
Yep. Now, ironically, by sheer accident, I actually started playing the second game first. I bought the first game, and the store gave me the second game cartridge. So,
Wow.
I got far enough along that I already knew Chief here died.
Ow.
By the time I realized I was playing the second game, went back, bought the second game, and they gave me the first game. I explained what happened, and they thought it was hilarious.
I would have thought it would be pretty funny, too.
It was. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts around the world.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah. Part at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks.
And so, my first trial came to a close. I shit my pants multiple times! Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends."
Incidentally, if you can't guess why he's calling Phoenix Nick as a nickname, it's Phoenix. Thus, the nickname of Nick.
Really?
Phoenix.
I never got that.
You didn't?
No.
Well,
I just assumed it was just something that he called him since childhood.
technically it would be, but yeah, Phoenix. You can hear Nick in Phoenix, which is where Larry gets the nickname Nick from.
I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. My promise to tell the chief about me and Larry
And our gay love affair?
would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. And with that,
We end the very first case.
I think that took an hour and a half. Brand new episode has been added. Turnabout Sisters.
Okay.
Next
Woo.
time on Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Co-op Edition, we're going through the second case. And let me tell you, we're not going to get through it the whole way the first time around like we did with the intro. This one will probably take maybe 5-6 episodes, maybe.
Maybe. We're going to have to, depending on how long it takes, we're going to have to decide on doing an investigative episode, a case episode, or a trial episode, I should say.
Multiple trials.
And going back and forth with a new video every time. Or, if we're able to get through fast enough, have the first investigative day and trial day as one video.
And that's all dependent on how I go through this game. I'm fucked. Anyways, I'm Shuichix.
I'm AlleyWayTC.
We'll see you guys next time for more insanity and bad voice acting.
Long, awkward moment of silence. Good night, all.
Later,
Goodbye.
everybody! Is there a save option?
Just stop the recording.